You were just around. Imagine dedicating 15 years of your life to a child that isn't yours. Imagine being the person who wiped away every tear, stayed up through every fever, and sacrificed every personal dream to build a future for a girl whose own mother threw her away like trash. Now, imagine that same girl looking you in the eyes at her own graduation party, in front of everyone you know, and telling you that you mean absolutely nothing, that you were just a ghost in the hallway. Most women would break. They would go to the kitchen and cry into a dish towel. But not me. I decided that if I was just around, then it was time to see how fast their world collapsed when I was just gone. Stick with me, because this isn't just a story about a bratty teenager. It's a masterclass in what happens when a silent woman finally finds her voice. By the end of this, you'll see the exact moment I turn a graduation celebration into a total family meltdown, and why I don't regret a single second of it. Before we get into the heavy stuff, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, share this story with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe so you never miss a daily dose of justice. Also, I want to know where you're watching from. Drop your city or country in the comments right now. To understand the level of disrespect, you have to understand the history. I met Mark when Chloe was 3. Her biological mother didn't just leave. She pulled a disappearing act that would make a magician jealous. She left a note saying she wasn't built for domesticity and hopped a flight to Europe. She didn't send child support. She didn't send Christmas cards. For 15 years, I was the one who did the heavy lifting. I taught Chloe how to tie her shoes. I sat through 10 years of agonizingly slow violin recitals. I was the one who stayed up until 2 a.m. helping her with her chemistry projects while her father was snoring in the other room. I never forced a mom label on her. I told her, call me by my name, but know I'm always in your corner. And for over a decade, we were a team. Or so I thought. Everything shifted the second she turned 18 and her biological mother, the ghost, suddenly decided to haunt our lives again via Instagram. Suddenly, this woman who had contributed nothing but DNA was a spirit animal and an inspiration. I became the villain because I had the audacity to suggest that Chloe should get a summer job instead of backpacking through Europe on my dime. The tension had been simmering for months, but the graduation party was the boiling point. I had spent 3 weeks planning this. I spent $3,000 of my own hard-earned money on the tent, the professional catering, and the custom cake. I was exhausted. My feet were throbbing as I carried a massive basket of Chloe's laundry through the house, because even on her graduation day, she couldn't be bothered to move a finger. I walked into the living room where she was surrounded by her friends and my husband's family. I said, "Chloe, honey, can you please help me set the patio tables? The guests are arriving in 10 minutes, and I'm falling behind." She didn't even look up from her phone. She didn't even pause her conversation. She just let out this cold, hollow laugh and said, loud enough for the neighbors to hear, "Why are you asking me? You're not my mother. You were never my mother. You were just around." The silence that followed was deafening. I felt the blood rush to my face. I looked at my husband, Mark. I waited for the man I've supported for 15 years to stand up and say, "Apologize to your mother right now." But he didn't. He looked at his beer. He looked at the floor. He didn't want to spoil the mood of the party. We are just getting to the best part. If you're enjoying this, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Like, share, and comment below. Where are you watching from? I love seeing how far these stories travel. I didn't scream. I didn't throw the laundry. I did something much worse. I became perfectly, terrifyingly calm. I let the laundry basket slip from my hands. It hit the floor with a heavy thud, and I walked slowly into the center of the circle. "You're right, Chloe," I said. My voice was a whisper, but in that silent room, it sounded like a gunshot. "I am not your mother. Your mother is a woman who doesn't know your middle name or your shoe size. But let's talk about what being around actually costs." I reached into my purse and pulled out my phone. I opened my banking app and turned the screen toward her friends. This party? $3,000. Paid by me. That car in the driveway with the big red ribbon? That's a lease in my name, with my insurance. Your college tuition deposit that went out yesterday? My savings account. Chloe's face went from smug to pale in about 3 seconds. She tried to stammer something, but I held up a hand. Since I'm not family, I'm clearly just a hired help. I continued, and as of right now, the help is resigning, effective immediately. I turned to the caterer, who was just about to set out the main course. Excuse me? I'm the one who signed the contract. Pack it up, every tray, every plate. If it's not eaten, take it to a homeless shelter. I'm canceling the payment. The room erupted. My husband finally found his voice. You can't do this. It's her big day. You're being immature. I looked at Mark with a pity I've never felt before. No, Mark. Being immature is watching your wife be insulted and saying nothing. You want to be a father now? Great. You figure out how to pay for the car. You figure out the tuition. And you definitely figure out how to do the laundry. I walked over to Chloe, who was now in tears, and I did the one thing that hurt her the most. I didn't yell. I just handed her the laundry basket. Since I was just around to do this for you, I guess you'll have to find a new person to haunt your hallways. I walked out. I didn't pack a bag. I just got in my car, the one I paid for, and drove. I didn't go to a friend's house. I went to the airport, booked a flight to a city I've always wanted to visit, and checked into a 5-star hotel. It's been 5 days. My phone has been a war zone. Mark is begging me to come back because the real mother Chloe called for help told her she couldn't stay with her because her apartment is too small for a roommate. Chloe sent me 20 texts ranging from "I hate you" to "Please come home. I don't know how to boil an egg." They don't miss me. They miss the lifestyle I provided. They miss the convenience of me being around. But here's the kicker. I've already contacted a divorce lawyer. And since the house is in my name from a previous inheritance, they have 30 days to find a new place to be around. So, I'm asking you, was I too cruel for taking away the car and the food, or did I finally give her the only education that matters? Was I the jerk, or was I a woman who finally realized her worth? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to hear the update on the real mom's reaction when she found out she was expected to actually parent, make sure you subscribe, like, and share. One last time, where are you watching from? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.